In this section, we're going to look at classroom discussion in a circle where everybody can see each other and hear each other. And this is a little more formal than our previous one of inside-outside. But this allows the community now to participate fully and engage in this critique of the website. Let's watch that.
Okay, so you've had a chance to explore the website and evaluate it with your partner. I'd like us to have a class discussion about your findings. During our class discussion, though, I'd like you to also think about how our study of missing voices has impacted the way you viewed the site. So keep that in mind as well as we're sharing our findings. So would anybody like to just begin with their thoughts?
Well, one thing I found, well not found, we looked at yesterday on the site was that little cartoon video thingy that started with that little character saying democracy is ... That one was like short, sweet, and to the point, and it reminded me of the terrible things we've read. And yeah, in that one, it was also like short, but it made us think very deeply about it, about the whole idea of missing voices and everything.
Yeah, and if there was one thing I could really add to like this whole, like the specific section we at least read, was maybe like a comment page or like a forum, something like that, because the whole idea of this kind of website is to like application, like you know now about like the human rights, like do something like big picture, and that's what forums are all about. You organize your thoughts, you organize your ideas, and you make a difference. We did that with a forum once, like with the class website, and like we raised over like $1,000 for Haiti. That's the perfect thing that they need for this website, because you can't give your voice if there's no one like to talk to.
One of the criteria for judgment that me and my partner were thinking about were they have to have articles that are relevant and effective, and we thought that each article had a main message about like missing voices, because all these people are telling about their lives, saying how they had a missing voice but how they overcame it and their thoughts on it. But at the same time, I thought that, like what you guys said, there's no forum for the audience and the viewers to chat and like or ask questions about how we can use our voice. So it's only about others people's voices, not our voices.
We can talk about it with each other anytime we want, because we're in school for like 8 hours a day, and we've seen this all before. So we can talk to each other with this all we want. But what the good thing about a social forum is, you can talk to anyone anywhere in the world and ask them about their opinion on it. It's different perspectives and like different point of views.
And since it's a website, it's on the internet, so anyone from around the world can access it easily. And I think it's important because the main message of the site is human rights. So if you don't have like your voice in it, or you can't add on to some of the articles, then like it won't be effective as in taking action or being interactive.
That I wonder if you remember that discussion we've had about that. Can you?
I'm just gonna go back to like what happened like the liberation in Egypt. Sort of like that all started because of like people using like resources and forums like on like Twitter and Facebook, things like that. They organized it. They had their own little community, and they're like, okay, let's meet up, let's do this, let's do that, and they really made a bigger difference out of, because you can't just have one person going by himself. It's not gonna work. You need a community, and that's like a tool to do it.
But in some places, for example, like North Korea, they don't have access to the internet because it's under dictatorship. So they have a limit to what their knowledge is.
Because of like cell phones and stuff, is it possible to call someone in Korea?
No, like it's very limited. Like you can't use the internet, you can't watch the news or TV, and yeah, you just can't communicate with other worlds, other countries.
That's where like the application of the site comes in. That's the whole point. Human rights. This is our job. Like you can't tell someone who doesn't have that ability yet to do that. Like you've got to make a difference, make a bigger difference, and then eventually, like when people can start organizing in themselves, get some more rights, then bigger change happens.
And yeah, like that's the thing. I mean, we all know about North Korea that they can't use computers. They don't have that much access to it, right? We know that, but the thing is that we have to make the change. We already know what's happening.
I think it's kind of ironic that the site is about using your voice and like making sure that you have your rights, but there's no actual part to say your own opinion.
The video Dan and I saw had no sound, and that actually, it would have made the video way more interesting and better if it had a background music or any sound at least. It was dead silent.
That one is more of the saying that like goes like pictures with 1,000 words. So instead of having like your music define the mood for you, I think they're trying to say that you should make your own, like have your own feelings about what the video is about.
I kind of want to recommend is that when you go onto a magazine, if you want to go to a different one, then you'd have to go back to the home page and then click on the other one. So what I kind of recommend is that on the side, there should be a small toolbar where you can scroll through every single magazine and be able to jump from magazine to magazine instead of having to go back to the home page, then click on a different one.
If there was something I could recommend, it would probably be that there should be like a forum or a comment page on the videos or articles, because like it's really important to get your voice out and like organize, be a community, because this is all about application.
In the web page, that what I like it was a cartoon because it can let me know about one big main message.
What I really liked about the website was they had videos, they had comics, they had pictures, so they used different ways to show the main message, because some people like videos, some people like to read articles, so that's what I really liked about it, because they used different ways to express the main idea.
What I thought was good about the site was like the pictures and stuff, because when I was scrolling down, when I didn't know anything, I looked at the pictures and it helped me understand the text more.
Well, I like the site because like every picture with the article has like a story about it. So every picture has a story with it.
Now you've had a chance to really review the website, hear each other's feedback. You have a lot to say. So we're going to begin composing our letters to the editor. What you'll be doing for that is going onto our Moodle website and composing your letter on the website. I have in that forum note to you that you may want to use. It's a template for possible ways of how to construct your letter. After you have written your letter, you should look for a peer's letter to review and edit your friend's work online. What you'll do after is review the peer edit, the suggestions from your friend, and rewrite your letter. And when they're all complete, we'll download all the letters. I'll compose a covering letter for us, and we'll send them off to the editor with the opportunity for the editor to reply back to you with your feedback.
What's the teacher's role in all of this? Because now you're together, now you're as a community, as a whole class. What is the teacher doing?
I think the role of teachers is sort of to prompt you to get you going, not to really do the discussion for you, but start to, like in the starting of a discussion, everyone is afraid to start, but the teacher can get that going and sort of break the ice and start the ideas to flow. And then it's up to the students by then to have the discussions with each other.
How much control does the teacher give? And do you find the teacher a part of this dynamic an important role?
I think so, because a whole point of a teacher is to be a leader, right? So when you're being a leader, you want to start a discussion and you want to get like your lesson across during that time period. So when you start off a discussion, then as another student might have his or her response to it, and that leads to another response, which becomes a whole discussion. And when the teacher feels like he or she needs to say something again, then the whole process repeats again.
So this idea of the teacher being a significant part of the role in this particular activity is really useful.